Our government is certainly deserving of all the resistance we can possibly bring to bear. My name is Paul Ream, and I live about 25 miles southwest here, and let my wife talk to you about how we first became involved. But I've had the opportunity to work with Christian peacemaker teams in the West Bank city of Al Khalil or Hebron, and experienced just a little bit, a taste of life under occupation, the arbitrary cruelty of the Israeli occupation forces, and the day-to-day subdued nonviolent resistance within Hebron, and the hospitality and the warmth that's unmatched anyplace else in the world. Yeah. And I look across the concrete at the sign that you've taken so much time to write all the names on, and look at two different ways of pronouncing the last word on the sign. The normal way is to look at it, these lives are not worthless. I'd add something, these lives are not worth less. What I'd add is change the pronunciation on the final word. These lives are not worth less than Israeli lives. These lives are not worth less than our lives. These lives are the lives of our brothers and sisters. They have a right to live, and we have a duty to resist the Israeli government's efforts to end those lives.
I'm Katja Ream, and we live in Greenville, and we first became involved probably in 2005 when we joined a delegation to Israel-Palestine with every church a peace church. And we had really no idea, like other people have said before. We just had sort of a vague idea what was going on, but not really. But what we saw during these 2 weeks we were there made us aware of the humiliation of the people there, and the way they were treated, and we came back and said that we had to do something about it, or make people aware. And so since that time we have tried to make the plight of the Palestinians known and stand with them.
Hi, my name's Dan Kelly, and I live here in Albany. I first became aware of what the Palestinian struggle was all about in the 1970s, because at that time I was involved with supporting a liberation movement that Native Americans in this country were involved with at the time, with an organization called AIM, which is the American Indian Movement. And when I was supporting that organization and that movement, it became apparent to me that what is happening in Palestine is really pretty much the same thing. The United States is a colonial settler state. You know, people came here from somewhere else, exterminated most of the indigenous people and took over the land. And what I've heard many times is that colonial settlerism cannot be divorced from genocide. And so I believe Israel committing genocide against the Palestinian people, first by depriving them of their nationality, depriving them of their land, and ultimately of their lives. Now, there have been other colonial settler states that didn't succeed. South Africa. The South African people achieved majority rule over 20 years ago. There was a country in Africa called Rhodesia that no longer exists. I'm not sure if it's called Zambia, Zimbabwe, or whatever. I can't remember the name of it. But it's no longer a colonial settler state. And the colonial settler state in Israel can still be reversed, which doesn't necessarily mean that all of the people of Jewish heritage that are living there now have to leave. It means that there has to be equality for the Palestinian people. And I don't think the Palestinians are going to be able to overcome Israel militarily, not as long as that the United States is basically paying the bill. But there is something that did work over 20 years ago with South Africa. It's called boycott, divest, and sanction. And I would encourage everybody to learn more about that movement and get involved with it if you can. And on the back here is a number of products, some of which are manufactured in Israel, some of which are manufactured on illegal settlements in the West Bank, and some of which are American corporations that are simply making it easier for Israel to oppress the Palestinian people. And I've got a short list of them here, and you can learn more by going to www.bdsmovement.net. So, boycott, divest, and sanction. Thank you.
My name is Lucy. I'm from Indonesia. Hi, my name is Lucky. I'm from Indonesia. I heard about this war like more than 10 years ago. Yeah, I always like. I as a mom of 5 kids, I can feel how they live without electricity, without water, without free yeah. I just say I come here to support. That's my support. On my care about all the people in Gaza and Palestine. We can to show support. Yeah, thank you.
Hi, my name is Yahya. I'm from Egypt. To be honest, I haven't really educated myself on the whole issue. And even still now, I still don't fully understand what's going on behind all this. But I mean, as a teenager, even this summer alone, I got to do so many new things. I got to experience so many new things. And when you see those pictures of kids, they can't go outside.
Destruction needs to stop.
Hi, Tom Ellis again. As I said, I got involved in 1982, but I first became aware of the issue about 1970 once the Palestinians began hijacking planes, getting an incredible amount of worldwide attention for doing so, and I didn't really understand why they were doing that because I was only in high school myself, and the news media that I saw didn't explain the motives very clearly at all, but it certainly caught my attention.
Now we got a conversation with Kim.
Do you speak?
Hear me? My name is Kila Chorish Neori. I'm an Israeli and an American citizen, and I want to start by talking about friendship because we're told that America and Israel are friends, and friends support each other, and friends look out for each other. Friends defend each other, and friends bail each other out when something happens. But there are a lot of kinds of friendship, and there are a lot of some friends take things too far. Some friends will take your money, and snort crack and want money again. Some people will take your money and they will put it on some kind of get-rich-quick scheme, and then you'll need to bail them out again. And you need to decide with yourself when you're going to stop enabling them. Are you going to do it before or after they ask you to help hide the body? Now I'm talking about friendship. Most of my friends are in Israel, and most of my family is in Israel. And I don't feel that Israeli policies right now are making my family or my friends safe. And I don't think U.S. support for them for these actions is making them safe. I look at the 1,900 people who were killed in Gaza, and some of them in the West Bank, and I just see the next generation of enemies. I see every single one of these people who lost all of their family or whole families in their neighborhood or whole neighborhoods. All the people in the West Bank that are repeatedly humiliated, whether at checkpoints or at their own homes. These people who are being chased away from their agricultural land. These people don't need incitement to choose violent and revenge-based organizations to express what they feel. And waiting until some kind of Zionist Palestinian organization comes up and that'll solve things, that's just not going to get us anywhere. I'm basically calling anybody who has any idea of supporting Israel. I asked them to look at a map of the Middle East. I want them to look slightly east of the Jordan River and look at the Kingdom of Jordan. And they tell me how Israel is going to militarily defend themselves if the Hashemite kingdom collapses, as some Israeli right-wingers want. How are they going to make themselves feel safe if ISIS or Al-Qaeda come over there? This just doesn't, even if you're supportive of Israel, this behavior doesn't make any sense. Israel needs to use the fact that they have dependable potential allies like the Palestinian Authority that people here for justifiably probably do not like, and Hamas, which frankly are terrible theocrats, but they're dependable. And I'm hoping after Palestine is created as a country, they're voted out in 10 or 20 years. But there aren't other Palestinians to talk to. I mean, there are. They're very few. You could find a single, one or two Palestinians that you'll talk to, and they'll tell you, yes, okay, take everything, just keep on with the settlements, we won't do anything. There are a few of those, until you kill their family. And this is a good time for the U.S. to step in. It's a good time for the U.S. to say, hey, we are not going to rearm you after you killed all those people, because you haven't even given us any good idea of why you did that. We just rearmed, I'm saying we, Israel, U.S., just rearmed we, Israel, after they wasted all of their armaments in Gaza, all of their emergency provisions. I would expect Republicans to be opposed to this kind of government waste. And I don't see even that kind of opposition. So I'm asking people who think they're being friends to Israel by enabling this to think very carefully, because in this situation, if you had a friend who was acting in this way, you might send them to prison, you'd send them to rehab. And rehab's a difficult process. But sending them rockets and just, waving while they shoot up again, that's not a way of being a good friend. Thank you.
Thank you.